the news at 10. OML-30 oilfield workers today came out in their large numbers to protest their casualization and also non-payment of their salaries. The workers who are in Warri, Delta State, say that all efforts to get the management to understand their plight have failed. But the management on their side say the economic situation in the country has made it difficult for them to meet the workers' demands.
Engineers, technicians, safety workers of the OML-30 on a protest march to the SPDC substation in Ugeli, Warri, Delta State. They are accusing the management of Interglobal Procurement Engineering Services, IGPES, of what they call an inhuman condition of service meted out on them for the past 4 years, with claims of non-payment of their salaries and other welfare packages.
We say no to casualization. Yes. We are exposed to risk of fire, pressurized vessels, inhalation of toxic gases. More than 24 years of experience in the operation of and maintenance works. No engagement.
We've been short-changed for the past 4 years. We've been working under these harsh conditions. Payments have been short-changed on us.
Meanwhile, the management of Interglobal Procurement Engineering Services in an email has denied the allegations, explaining that IGPES management has always considered the welfare of its staff as paramount. The email reads, "The IGPES management had earlier briefed its staff on the difficulties faced by non-payment by its client over the last 11 months of the current contract. However, despite the situation, we had ensured salary payment is made to staff by 25th day of every month in the last 4 years of this contract. It was in December 2016 that the burden was so much and we could not meet up with this obligation." End of quote. The response also says members of staff have been reassured that all of the outstanding allowances due for the current contract year will be settled before January 31st, 2017, including the end of contract bonus, which according to them has been paid at the end of each contract year since 2014 to 2016 as agreed. In the meantime, these workers are requesting a dialogue with the new contractor to discuss terms of agreement to enable all forge a common ground for a smooth takeover and operation come February 2017.
The President of the Nigerian Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has faltered the allegations of owning and operating foreign accounts while serving as the governor of Kwara State between 2003 and 2011. At the resumed hearing of the case of alleged false declaration of assets brought against him at the Code of Conduct Tribunal in Abuja, Dr. Saraki, through his lead counsel Paul Usoro, told the tribunal that the funds transferred by the Senate President sometime between 2010 and 2012 were for the repayment of a mortgage on a property he acquired in London. The prosecution counsel, Rotimi Jacob, however, disagrees with the defense lawyer, saying he has more witnesses who will assist the tribunal in establishing the case against Dr. Saraki. Having concluded the examination of the second principal witness, the chairman of the tribunal, Danladi Umar, adjourned the case to February the 8th and 9th for further hearing.
Unlike the first prosecution witness, his area, the area that he covered in his evidence wasn't as wide. He was limited essentially to 2 areas, and that's in regard to the funds transfers and issues relating to foreign accounts. So necessarily, of course, our cross-examination did not have to go count by count like we did the first time. This time we had to limit it also specifically to the areas that he talked about, he gave evidence on. And that's why we finished quite early today.
It's gratifying that they were able to finish with a witness in 2 days, which is good, and I think we are moving forward.
Residents of Adukmani local government area of Cross River State are appealing to the government to develop the region. They say they lack the basic amenities. Our community report tonight takes a look at the plight of that community.
Etisola, now you're talking.
The arduous journey into Ekpene community in Odukpani local government area of Cross River State begins. A motorcycle ride that seems to take eternity. The terrain here is aggressive. The community welcomes you with the only thing it has to offer: abject poverty. With the absence of any functional infrastructure, residents here move around each day, wondering when their lives will turn around. This river is where all their water needs are met.
We heard that the government assisted us through World Bank, and then look at from the reason they came into the village, and all of a sudden they try all to no avail, and until now we have not even seen them coming again.
They have no idea what the outside world says due to lack of electricity. The school is broken down and empty, leaving the children with time to assist their parents fetch firewood.
When they gave us this building, they didn't care to come and check. So that is, as you can see, the other building is not well built the way government is supposed to do, as they're doing it in other communities. I have gone to many schools in Calabar. I've seen they have very nice buildings.
The popular delicacy here is fish and whatever is processed from cassava. The remains of today's meal is eked out to make another the next day. The healthcare center is non-functional, leaving their children and women vulnerable to diseases. They are not happy.
Look at the road there. Before you reach Ogurikang, you will suffer a lot. As you are seeing me sitting down here, I suffer a lot.
Word of their plight has reached the table of the state government. Promises of improved living conditions have been promptly made.
On assumption of office, I came with a mandate to bring education closer to the grassroots. Every community that does not have access to education will be given. And this community that this Ekpene that you have just mentioned, we are going to give them a school.
How many of such pledges the community has received over the years is not known. But what is clear is the need to make these people feel like they truly belong to civilization.
Etisala, now you're talking.
The Benin Electricity Distribution Company has graduated 220 new employees in its second graduate training program and its first technician trainee program as part of measures to improve its services in these states. At a ceremony which held in Benin City, the Edo state capital, the MD CEO of the company said it decided to train these young employees to turn them around for the good.
These are the 220 graduate trainees of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company BEDC marching into the venue where they will be officially inducted into the power firm after their training in finance, customer management, safety and disaster management, as well as leadership, all in conjunction with Video Power Academy and El-Zakzaky University. In their remarks at the event, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of BEDC and the Vice Chancellor of El-Zakzaky University say they are convinced that the trainees have been groomed to face any challenge they are likely to face as they navigate the complex power sector.
These trainees, as you can see, are well-groomed, knowledgeable, to know that later on, and fit to lead the revolution, call it a revolution, expected to change the face of the industry to satisfy our customers. So what the owners of BEDC have done is to invest in you, whether as graduate trainees or as technicians, and so it's part of you, and it wants you to guard whatever you are gaining in your training
One person who also shares the optimism of the BEDC in this regard is the governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, and he says his administration is willing to partner with the power firm.
We would like you to consider expanding the program by collaborating with the Benin Technical College. We as the state government will provide the environment and provide the facilities to train for us over the next 4 years the minimum of 2,000 technical.
Going forward, the chairman of BEDC insists that the training, which is conceived by the company, is capable of creating a revolution in the power sector, while one of the trainees sees it as an opportunity not just to work, but make an impact.
Once we invest in human capital, they are encouraged, they are motivated, they are empowered, they will make things happen. So this is what we have first done. The first set are gone. This is the second set. There will be a third set, and progressively we will develop, we'll train all the staff we need.
We have been equipped with this training to be able to handle whatever it is we are being thrown at, especially when it comes to customer complaint resolution, fault finding, data analysis, and all of it.
For these 220 new staff, life has taken a new turn as they step out to take the BEDC and indeed the power sector forward with professionalism and quality service delivery.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Anne Waudu.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Ijoma. Welcome to Business News. Nigeria's Senate has adopted 305 naira per dollar as the official exchange rate for the 2017 budget. This was disclosed by the Deputy Senate President, Ekpene, during a review of the medium-term expenditure framework by the Upper House of Legislature on Wednesday in Abuja. However, members of the Senate say they are worried about the exchange rate differential, which is damaging the economy. The Deputy Senate President says the central bank needs to close the 40% gap between the official and the street market rates in order to stabilize the naira and restore investor confidence. The Nigerian equities market closed lower for the second consecutive session today, owing to declines across key sectors of the market. Analysts expect the bearish sentiment to extend into tomorrow's session. For more on this, let's join Harriet Ekpene.
Tepid trading across major movers at the Nigerian Stock Exchange weighed on the market, which is off 9.60 billion naira to berth at 9.03 trillion naira. The all-share index shared 13 basis points, ending the midweek session at 26,245.34. Now, total volume of shares traded in 3,015 deals was 394.82 million, worth 1.37 billion naira. Market breadth was also negative, recording only 12 gainers as against 20 losers. The top three appreciators are AG Leventis, Qtix, and Air Service, and on the flip side, Guinness Nigeria, Portland Paints and Products Nigeria, and Diamond Bank were the top three. Those are the day's trading figures. I'm Harriet Ekpene.
Well, as for U.S. stocks, they also opened lower today. But let's join VOA Channel's TV business correspondent Jill Malandrino from the Nasdaq market side in New York.
Stocks are trading lower in the first hour of trade, although we are off session lows as investors digest earnings from Goldman Sachs and Citi in front of the speech by Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen at 2 p.m. today. So far, earnings have been mostly in line with expectations, but the key is really going to be forward guidance, which has been muted since President-elect Trump's policy path remains unclear. I would expect we will get a slew of guidance revisions and updates as corporate management gains more clarity, and that could lend to some interesting trading as the marketplace digests forecasts new projections over the coming months. Now, the major averages started the week lower, led by weakness in the U.S. dollar, which slipped after comments from Trump, who said the greenback was too strong. Now, these are the types of comments that raise uncertainty around policies from the incoming administration, while they help lift commodity prices like gold. Recall assets like gold and crude oil, they're dollar-denominated assets, and a weaker dollar is a positive for them. Investors were also parking money into defensive assets such as bonds and interest rate-sensitive stocks like utilities and consumer staples. Now, for the remainder of the week, traders will be focused on earnings with Netflix, one of the most widely traded stocks, reporting after the market closes tonight, followed by American Express and IBM tomorrow, and GE on Friday. Of course, all eyes will be on Washington, D.C. Friday afternoon as Donald Trump is sworn in as 45th President of the United States. From the NASDAQ market site in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino, and this is VOA Channel's Business News.
Now let's take a look at other major markets around the world. European stocks closed positive as investors digested a number of corporate reports, while Asia finished mostly higher earlier today after the dollar index weakened on remarks from President-elect Donald Trump that the greenback was already too strong. Let's see the numbers. Thanks a lot for watching Business News tonight. I'm Anne Nwaudu. Back to you, Ijoma.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks, Anne. Still ahead on the news at 10, Asian Football Federation suspends champions Jinbuk Motors from 2017 Champions League over match fixing. And that will be on sports. Stay with us.